once I came here and I started taking bio, and now I'm taking microbiome, it's very competitive, it's very hard. Classes and tests come by like that in flash. And I feel that just having resources, like being at the Learning Resource Center and working there helps a lot, to get tutored from my professors, and being at the Student Success Center to have sort of like peer advisors with me helps me a lot, but I still find myself breaking down sometimes.
And if you don't understand anything or you have a question about your grade, it's important that you speak now and instead of like letting it build up to the end of the semester and then you're kind of stuck. So
like you're having a lot of stress, you're having problems, like talk to your professors because they will understand and they will make exceptions and they'll work around you. So don't be scared if like you have a paper due but yet something else is going on. Explain to them what's going on and they'll find a way to work it out. Like always communication, talk to them, and there's always a way to figure it out. Don't just try and deal with it yourself. Always ask for help.
Yeah, don't be afraid to talk to your professors. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I mean, it takes a while, it takes a lot of practice, like to kind of get in that rhythm, but eventually you'll get there and it's worth it.
There are times where I had a paperback, my English paperback, and I knew I worked so hard on it, and then once I get the grade that I didn't feel like I didn't deserve, I went to my professor and I always talk to them how I feel. And usually, sure enough, they do changes here and there. Sometimes they explain to you, what your wrongs are. So that's why I think that talking with your professor, especially the ones that you like, really helps out too. And they also encourage you that like, oh, you can do it. Don't worry. I mean, extra credits coming or something like that.
Someone asked me, they're like, oh, how your class is going? Like, you're getting A's? And I'm like, yeah, like B's I'm doing. And they're like, you're paying to get a B? And it kind of like, that just stuck with me. Like, ever since then, I really thought about it. I was like, wow, like, I'm not paying to get a B, I'm paying to get an A. Like, you have to work hard, you're paying for it. So make it count and don't waste any time, like, getting bad grades,
You have to learn from your mistakes. Like, say you get a really bad grade on a test or a really bad grade on an exam, or you do poorly in a course or something, that it's okay. Because if you continue to think about that, those negative thoughts are just going to bring you down, and it's not only going to affect you emotionally, but it's also going to start reflecting in your coursework, because you're going to be thinking, oh, I did bad in this class, so I'm going to do bad in this one, and then it's just not going to mix. So I think that it's best to learn from your mistakes, and if you do bad, then just pick yourself up and move on. You can do better next time.
Don't procrastinate. Learn your time management as early as you can, because it's probably the most important aspect of school. I came to take my exams. They were like, oh, what's your major? I was like, oh, pre-health nursing. They're like, get down on the ground on your knees and pray right now. So I'm like, oh, thanks. So that's the attitude I'm supposed to have. I was expecting it to be challenging, but this year has been really challenging, especially in my science courses. Everything else has been moderate, but my science courses, especially microbiome, we have the Learning Resource Center. There's a lot of students there that are willing to tutor, and they're all just dedicating their time to help you out, so honestly, use it. For me, I go to my professors. They're not as big and bad as they may seem. They're honestly there to help you as well. That's why they have office hours. I get through it by talking with friends. You both are feeling the same emotions, so you can talk to each other and be like, like today I'm not feeling it so much. Yeah, me either. Like, we have a test tomorrow, let's study together. So it's just kind of like, I get through it by talking with friends, talking with family.